Welcome to JD's Prep. All right, the next few questions are about this scenario. So this is the concentration of a specific antibody in the blood of an individual that was measured over various times over a period of 50 days. And this is the results table that we have here. So our first question is, it's essentially asking us to graph the data. First things first, we need to set up an appropriate scale. Now, an appropriate scale is only going to include the data range that is given in the data table. So for day, we have from 5 to 50, okay? And for the antibody concentration, the lowest number is 0, and the highest one is 390, so probably 0 to 400 would be appropriate range. All right, so I'll add the appropriate scales now. All right, so I've added in the scale now. So for the day axis, I went up by 5, getting us from 0 to 60. And for the antibody level axis, for the y-axis, from 0 to 400. Those ranges are appropriate because they include the ranges from the table, and it means that our data will then take up most of the graph space. Okay, so now we need to plot the data and connect the points. All right, so we'll do that right now to see what this graph should look like. All right, so you plot each data point, surround it in a circle, and then connect the dots. And it should look something like this, though hopefully a little bit neater because it won't be drawn on a tablet. All right, so on to the questions. So we need to state one reason for the change in the antibody production during the first 10 days. So from 5 to 10 days, the antibody production goes up from 0 to 110. So that's a change, it's an increase in antibody production, and that increase in antibody production is because of an immune response. And we have an immune response for a few different reasons. Exposure to some sort of antigen, but it could be that the individual got sick, or perhaps they got a vaccine. Okay, those are definitely valid reasons why there might be that increase in antibody production during that time. And lastly, we're being asked to use our graph that we've constructed to interpolate to figure out what the antibody level of the individual is on day 30, which is not one of our data points, okay? So we look for day 30 here. We draw a line straight up to our red line, and then we're going to go straight over. Somewhere 100 and 110 would be our best guess, so number 3 will be our appropriate answer. All right, thank you for using JD's Prep.